Good evening, guys. Tush coming at you. It's Wednesday, March 25th, just about 8:10 in the evening, and we're just going to do a quick power hour tonight. We came out and we're just checking the old front hubs out, and we've just cleaned up that mating surface. Thanks, Kenny. Anyway, we've got some new oil seals to have a look at, and I was just going through my parts bin, and I'm always interested in going through my parts bin because you never know what you're going to find. I love finding old British Leyland Unipart, still in the package products. So that's kind of cool. There's the part number, GHS 110110. So there's a original oil seal from British Leyland. And then I got some really cool old seals in this anti-rust paper, which is kind of cool too. And I guess it's kind of worked pretty well, because it hasn't rusted for God knows how long this has been here. It's in pretty good shape. There's a few little spots that looks like more grease than rust, but I got a kick out of the paper. It's kind of like a waxy paper, and it actually is made in England, and you can see the anti-rust logo on it. Place other side to metal. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I got lots of old stand parts in here, some old original Lucas parts, some old original Girling service parts. So like I said, it's always fun to go through my parts bin. I've got tons of parts from the last couple of cars that I've there's an old there's a CR service, I've never heard of them. Anyway, tons of old parts in my parts bin, so I'm kind of having fun going through and sort of cleaning those out a little bit. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to repack those bearings, and we're just going to put them back in there. And we're going to use the old rotors temporarily, like I said, so we'll just screw those in loosely. We're not going to torque them up or anything. And we'll throw the bearings in, and then we'll throw the front hubs back on. And next step, we'll throw the wheels on. We'll get it back to rolling. So I'm not sure whether we'll do that tonight, but we'll just get the bearings repacked, and we'll jam those in there. And that may be it for the evening. I'll come back with an update later on, guys. Alright guys, end of the night update. We've done our power hour in a little bit, and we now have the front rotors and hubs on. The rotors are looking pretty darn rusty, but the hubs are looking pretty good. So there you go. So those are on there temporarily, like I said. We're going to be swapping the brake calipers from the 60 onto here, as I'd mentioned in a previous video. And I've got a set of later calipers for that 60. So we'll be doing that swap probably when it's a little bit warmer out. But for now, we can pop the tires on and we can get this off stands for a little while anyway. And then I think what we'll start working on is we'll probably drag that engine out and we'll get it up on a stand. And we're going to start cleaning that up. We'll clean the rad up. I've got the rad just behind here. I think that maybe the next thing I'll do is just get the rad out of the way. I do have some radiator black, the special paint for radiators so it doesn't clog the fins. So we've got some of that ready to go. So I think what we'll do maybe next is we'll pull that rad out and we'll work on that probably tomorrow. Get that out of the way, you can get that off somewhere drying, safe. And then we'll pull out the engine block that's behind it. And like I said, we'll have to dig the stand out of the garden shed. We'll get it up on the stand. We're not going to do much to the engine on this car. We're going to pull up oil pan off and have a look. I've got a new gasket set for it downstairs, so I'll probably pull the timing cover off and have a look. Replace the gaskets. If everything looks okay, we'll give it a quick paint job. And the intent is to run this engine as is. And we'll see how far we get. I mean, there could be a rebuild in the future, but to get this car up and running, we're just going to pop that old engine in there and see how we do. We've got to clean the transmission up as well, so we'll probably do that in the next little bit. So the hope is I can get the engine and tranny back in this car, and then I think that'll be it for this car for a little bit, because it'll be starting to get a little warmer out, and I do need to get back on the 60 and finish the 60. I do want to do some painting on the 60, but I've got to get it warm enough outside to be able to do that in the garage here. So we've got a few other little jobs on the 60 that we can do in the meantime, but we'll stay on the 59 until the weather dictates that I can swap over to working back on the 60. So that's it for tonight, guys. We'll upload this and we'll get back out here tomorrow. Have a good night.